Welcome Unidata and Universe customer working with U2 UniObjects clients. U2 clients support different UO native connection like a COM object, like a .NET framework, like a new .NET 6 environment. Our solution include a 32-bit UniObjects COM driver, UniObjects for .NET, and new U2 Toolkit clients. In this video, we explain what is the difference between each UO client and how to migrate existing UO client application to latest U2 Toolkit client. In this video, also we explain how to work with the old 32-bit UniObject client using the 32-bit Excel and how to migrate to new 64-bit Excel environment. First, we like to know what kind of clients UO native connection is provided by U2. This driver originally comes from object call or universe object. It's way back to 25 years ago. They work with old Unidata 4.4.1, Universe 9.4, but we merged these two clients became called UniObjects client. It's the COM driver, but it's the 32-bit. So it start Unidata 5.0 and Universe 9.5, and this driver compile based on VC runtime 6.0. So when you want to use in this the 32-bit UniObject COM driver, you need to install VC 6 runtime on your Windows machine. After that, we start to provide the latest solution we call UniObjects for .NET. We call UO.NET. Right now, it can be worked with the. We have two versions for UO.NET. One is for .NET Framework 4.5. Another have called Standard 2.0 driver. On the latest U2 Toolkit is a new client. It can be work something like a .NET Framework 4.5, 4.6, 4.7, and 4.8. Then we also have a Standard 2.0 driver in the Toolkit client. On the latest one, we just released a new driver. We call the .NET 6 driver. This driver, U2 Toolkit, is two components. One is called native mode connection. Another is called UCI mode connection. So UCI mode, it basically is merged. Original, we have product called IBM.NET client. And also you might be heard about another product called U2.NET client. Couple years ago, we also get the source code from MV.NET client, and to merge became the new product U2.NET client, but this one client already phased out. The last part I will demo about how to using 64-bit Excel to working with the UO native connection or ODVC connection solution. So from beginning, everyone loved this product. It's called 32-bit UniObject client. It's pretty simple. The syntax is pretty easy. You just need to create the object, a COM object, using the registry key called UniObject.UNIOAIFCTRL and provide the login information. And it was used for Excel 32-bit Excel VBA environment. It's pretty good tool to work with the Excel for a long time. But right now, problem is most of the Excel right now is 64-bit. So this solution is not working anymore. So here's a very simple UniObject sample. And in this sample, you will look at it's basically it's easy. Make a connection. This part just provide a connection. Then open the file and read the CO record and return the dynamic array and come back the result. Next one that we provide a client called UniObjects for .NET client, or we call UO.NET. Right now, we have .NET Framework 4.5 and 4.6. Oh, but this driver only for 4.5, but it still can work with 4.x environment. So how they work? Basically, your application, you need to add the reference called UO.NET driver, and you just need to import this IBM u2.uo.net reference, and it's pretty simple. It can be open the section, the syntax, something like this. We also have a standard 2.0 driver, so you can work with like a .NET Core 3.1 environment or .NET 5. So here's the example to explain how you migrate from UO to UO.NET. I using this the comment out, so you can know the syntax difference between UO to UO.NET. So that's just a couple lines became one line for UO.NET syntax. You got the same result. You open the file and read the CO record back. So on the latest, we are already using the U2 Toolkit client. It will try to replace all existing UO or UO.NET application. So for the new U2 Toolkit client, basically you just need to same thing to add the reference called u2.data.client. This the driver can be worked with 4.5, 4.6, 4.7, and 4.8. And to import it, syntax is very similar like a UO.NET. So you can see that's how we make a connection in the U2 Toolkit client. So when you import the client, you same thing on the .NET Standard 2.0 driver for the reference. But on the latest U2 Toolkit 3.1.1 client, we call .NET 6 driver, and there will be we using the package. So you can have several options. I will have another video to explain how to install U2 Toolkit 3.1.1 driver. But syntax itself, basically it's the same thing like a UO.NET, like a 4.5 driver. It's almost similar. So here's just a give you example. When you want to migrate or convert your UO.NET application to U2 Toolkit client. So first part, this one, the first part is a UO, second part is a UO.NET, the third part is a U2 Toolkit clients. So it's very, very similar. So basically you just need to change the syntax and add the new reference to the new driver. So most of the customers right now are more familiar with the C# syntax. You might be want to move the VB.NET application and move to C#.NET application. So I just give you a very similar syntax so you can one by one to compare. Here is the definition to define the URL variable, and here is the C# code, and this part is the VB.NET code, and for here is the C# code. So it's pretty easy to migrate from a VB.NET to C#.NET application. So you might be want to running on the .NET Core environment like a 3.1. So you can switch to regular .NET Framework 4.5 and 4.6 driver, begin using .NET Standard 2.0 driver, and all the syntax is the same. Just reference is different. So on the latest YouTube Toolkit 3.1.1, we provide the .NET 6 driver. On the .NET 6 driver, it's a little bit different. We use in the package, so you can manage your package to install your YouTube Toolkit .NET 6 driver. The next, I will explain to if you see same thing for Excel with VBA running fine on the 32-bit UniObject driver, but when you move the same application move to 64-bit Excel environment, you will get the fail like you unable to open the connection. So you have a multiple way to replace the existing 32-bit Excel VBA application. One, you can try to create the new 64-bit COM server using the YouTube Toolkit driver. Here, I will give you the source code example to show you very simple to add the new COM server and to provide one read the record method from this COM server integrate with your Excel VBA application. So the syntax is pretty simple. Basically, you just create a class, and also using the you can create the reference ID called U2K file server X. And in this demo, I using the class called read file X and one particular function called read file, so you can read the data from a states file CO record to coming back to the data. So after you have a new COM driver on your machine, so on your new Excel using the VBA, you just need to change a little bit your syntax. Then after you using this syntax, you can see similar like old 32-bit UO application, VBA application using working on the 64-bit Excel environment. Another way, if you familiar with ODBC, and you might be want to using the same thing by using the 64-bit YouTube ODBC client to retrieve the same data back with your VBA application. So next, I will try to give you a demo one by one. First, I'd like to show you is the UO application. So on the UO, it's still running on the, we only provide is 32-bit UniObjects COM driver. So if you write the application using the .NET environment, you still working fine. So make sure you run in x86. So it tell the application is running 32-bit application. So for the syntax, very similar like a VBA syntax. So basically, you just open the section UO section and open the states file and read the CO record coming back. So if you are running the application, you will see it return the Colorado successful. So let's just wait. 32-bit UO application still running fine on the .NET application, but it's just not running fine with 64-bit Excel environment. So same application, I want to migrate from UO to UO.NET. So here just give you the example. So here the syntax, this is the original UO. UO is based on the COM object. And for the UO.NET, you will see the reference a little bit different on the reference. We call UO.NET. For the UO.NET, also need to import, that's a VB.NET syntax. So you will import IBM U2.UO.NET, and all the code are very similar. You see the open the section, read the record from the state file with the that's the UO.NET application. So you can, if you want to learn how to migrate from UO to UO.NET, and it is a very similar the syntax change, and you can move from UO application to UO.NET application. But most of the customer right now want to move to UO U2 Toolkit now. So I also provide a very helpful sample program to help you to migrate from the UO or UO.NET to become U2 Toolkit. So this one is a U2 Toolkit application. You will see U2 Toolkit the reference. It became U2.data.clients. So for the reference will be to U2.data.client and also .UO. If you look at the syntax, also coming out. So first one is UO. The second one is UO.NET syntax. And the third one, this one is the U2 Toolkit syntax. So it's very easy. If you look at this sample program, definitely will help you how to migrate from your UO.NET application to U2 Toolkit client. So if I run it, you will see the same result coming back. So that's the output. You got the same result back. So it's very useful to understand how to migrate from one client, old client, to the new client. So after you move to UO.NET U2 Toolkit, so I also provide a very sample program to teach you how to migrate from VB.NET to C#.NET. So this is if you look at the syntax, almost the same. This is for VB.NET syntax, and this is completely the same is the C#.NET syntax. So if you run the program, you will get the complete the same result back. It just complete the same result. So next, I will try to explain about the Excel. So first, I like to get the original 32-bit Excel environment. So for example, here's the Excel with the UO. And if you this the application running 32-bit Excel environment, and definitely it will working fine. You can using the LT function key F11, you will get out this like a VBA application. So this one original is using the UO to create a connection, create a section, and make a connection. Here it's just called obj section.connect, and to read the file and coming back for the syntax. So when because my environment is 64-bit environment, so if I want to read the data, you will see you cannot make a connection because it's only work with the 32-bit UO environment. So next, I will show you is using the create another called com server. So here, just give you the example. I have another application. This application is called U2K read file X. So I will open another application. So application will be U2 Toolkit, your server, U2 Toolkit file server X. So this the program is create a new con server called U2K file server X. So basically, it's just a sample program. You will create is com object. So you need to, in your VBA application, you need to reference this com object called U2K file server X. So in this function, just very similar. I provide only one function called read file. So you can provide a connection, URL file, and the key ID. So here, just the simple syntax. I can get the all the connection information from Excel. Then I can make create a connection, and this one is using a U2 Toolkit client. So it basically is just complete the same. When I run this, and you will generate the com object. So here I just show you that's the application. Almost the same thing like UO, but it's just I need to using function key 11. So this one, and it will show you how to use. You look at this one. It basically is just create this com objects create by previous the .NET application. And after this, I provide get all the connection information and send to this read file function. So after this function, come back to the previous .NET application. So inside this, you can read the data. You can see the Colorado. Also, I can change. Not just it's not hard coded. Is California, so you can switch Unidata universe and all coming back. It's fine. Another solution is using ODBC. So if you already have 64-bit ODBC client defined, assume you're already familiar with ODBC DSN. ODBC DSN define, then you can switch function key 11. So here, I just give you another way to replace your existing Excel VBA application. You can use an ODBC connection and using the SQL statement to retrieve the for example, this because the Unidata for state file is code. If Unidata will be ID, so you get the SQL syntax will be different. So after I change it, so I can switch the different. I can get the same thing, just like a previous application. To show you, you have several different options to get the data back. I will attach all the source code in my YouTube description field, so you can download and to learn how you work your this kind of solution. Hopefully, you can learn how to work with the YouTube ODBC client, YouTube Toolkit, and how to migrate all existing application to latest YouTube Toolkit client. Thank you for your watching.